is increasing because there is a positive relationship between food prices and then the number of people in poverty. I hope you understand it. Now, assuming at the end of the month you are paid your salary, the first thing you have to do is how to feed yourself and your family. So when food prices are going up, it can take the whole of your salary to feed your family.
Right.
So after feeding, you don't have anything. So you have joined the poor people. Now, when we assumed office in January 2025, food inflation had declined to I think 23.8%. And now it is less than...
It's about 14-15%.
14.8%, the last report from the Statistical Service.
Correct.
We think that even the 14.8% is still higher. We want to bring it down. It's still high, we want to bring it down. Because in July 2014, Ghana recorded the lowest food inflation of 5%. So we are targeting that 5%. Now, how do you do it? First, Ghana is unable to produce enough food to feed our people. So we have been importing a lot of food to supplement local production. You know, we import a lot of tomatoes from Burkina Faso.
Right.
We also import onion from Niger. And even pepper from India and elsewhere. We have the land. We are blessed with arable land that is estimated around 13.6 million.
So what's the missing link? If we have the land,
13.6 million hectares. We have the land. As we speak, only 7 million hectares are under cultivation. 6.6 million have not been cultivated yet. We have youthful population. When it comes to market, after it's located here, and when you look at the African population of around 1.5 billion, it's a huge market. And so we cannot understand why Ghana shouldn't be able to produce enough food to feed our people.
Yeah, and produce be and sase da ho a yenyan dua so hwe da no esoten na yedua so no. So it tells you that menene kasa ye no o kan that same thing na kire me. Say entina nnuane no aba no. So right now I think say to send a man for sending me message say food distribution corporation said then it should be brought back no. And no time say buffer stock for you. So what we need now any say you basic so many warehouses. I bet me cramp diama to say Peasant Farmers Association to send na papa na ka no. Come so them choro.
Yes.
It is a yanya sa dia eduane ne be say toast uko anglogan anyanui we obeduru toast no kwan no ho.
Apro after so much investment.
Yes, toast don so na form.
Financially any woman ankasa wo ma hoden a wo mo dia ye fu no. Sesi asante achema gogo sa tomato ye sisi wo goyi asabre abanya direct buffer stock for so mo nko fa sa tomato so mo enye buffer stock na aban se mo nko fa tomato ni lifespan ya 1 week ana
agri business na
yes.
ye dey ababa trade ministry ho no. What have they done so far by connecting all these farmers one mo produce no to factories?
Yeah.
Come say your factory 18 tomatoes. And tell them abandon to me nya bibi na yan connect you omo.
Say akuafo no do a.
Yeah, because that is what the trade ministry is supposed to do.
Yes.
Find a way to connect. Tomatoes ni na free system no farmer factories no. Ye kodwo na nya bi anto a e kwa kototin tomatoes ta.
O da bi ane de.
Oh no. Che edwadifo no. Omo bu ye komu. Me factory bia obetumi aka chem say guaranteed say utumi nya me meko asante achim akwa to de aba beton amomo yemfa majum because if there is an agribusiness department or office attached to the trade ministry, that is what they should be doing now. Agri ministry no agribusiness no sa idea na wo honorable kupokutim uti ene kasa o ye futuristic wo no one way what bi and the idea is that Ghana betumi I don't know by bebre na fe ye de bia koma Cote d'Ivoire for de anya we sampa for nko ye friends ebontuku nko nkoto acheke mfa ma ema meton wa sampa Is that not export?
Burkina for dua ya kofa tomato fi Burkina. Na Ghana hwe nsase a oka ho asem se edawa ba de sa yen kodoso nya ne hwe yo. Na ye ti krom ha. Be nsase wo ho a ye betimi adua aburo ye betimi adua mo nanso ne yetimi akoeko wasakwa kɔbɔ aburo ne mo besia. Nsase da ho be.
Kwabra komo no wo ho akuafo no wo ho ye kɔ edwom nso ne omanfo ekɔtwetwe nkomo ɛno nso wo ho a ye bɛbɔ but ma yen call for a short commercial break emra say ye ba ye bɛkɔ dwom na senior situation ne sitie no ye tumi de aba bɛtum anim ye wi Ghana for mo bɛkasa mo nkyerɛ yen kwan bɛn so na yen fa so nkyekiri kuro na yen bo na market no enye yie because aban etumi ba besi market ehu yen mo say market no ma ba besi market amamo ni aban betumi aye no na wo na wo ba beton ade na aban ama platform a wo de ba beton ade no si mi ba bebu mi nua na aban ni nya ni sika na nkotena so a ka wo nyina ewiem kwabren ko break mra
Pharmaceutical Company Limited, Indian company kasia ya so ye no ewo India. Namum ye no ebi wo wiase afa na nyina nyame ncha ye no ebi abedru Ghana Food and Drugs Authority for aye nhwehwemu e de afa ye no nyina ho agye atomu se ye no papa ebo adwumenti no Ghana for emfansa wo ho yare enura ye de abadwaman so no edoso. Namum India hama ena ye keka bom e de aye ahabandro ya eni nsunsunso boni bia nanso ebo adwuma papa oni mi nyina be di adanse ese eba se yenkeka enutan enubna ni hini ene na aba emfa enyi nura untimi enka ntwanja India enyi wo mu emfiri mu esanse wo mu na enura ye di aba na bibia ye kasa ye afa ye no ho a eya na yeta e kasa fa yeni aduru no ho ya ye frɛ ni True World Vision Capsules mama vision capsules na edoso ewo dwaman so how anase entia empimpi yenya enese nipa dodo na efre ya homa na wo mo se doctor yakoto muno ni bianom nanso still problem no eda so ewo honom obebisa se wontwa edo no fansendo no na sabi yakoyi edu foforo ene de ama no enti abibia ye ka kyewo se o power ye kasa nyina no ye di eduro no picture e di ato TV no so mo amhwe yin wo TV no so na mo amutie wo radio no so no aya ye di ye number no ebema mo enti ukoduru ho mpo na refi eduro ni din a mesra wa bomodian na frɛ na ye nipa na woto eduro no nkasa na wonyi True World Vision Capsules no ema enye sa na ye di edu foforo ma wa na kyese etise ne wato bo e di abo osona ta so sika na na uhwie egu me pa chaw True World Vision Capsules wako hospital na doctor akacho say ete asiweni so ne broni ka ne cataract me pa chaw entwen ema ete no emo weni fra esanse ete no esi ani so a efifi ketekete nkakankakra na e catalens no so otena se ya hwa na e catalens no so wi a automatically wuntimi ehuna de biem ema ne nyeyi afi obi a wako hospital na doctor asia akacho say pressure abawoni so anase wanya glaucoma bomodin ase obehwehwe True World Vision Capsules se chia kwan obi a woni eye ohene opesa na aye kokɔ epru nsuo ohwe ade a uhuni blɛ especially say ade asa anase wada sore kete so na yese ententan bi ewo wani so mepacho ebi na ade ben wo uhunu ade no so ewo akiri a uhunu empo obi wo hɔ a ade sa na esuma duro no kra na ye ka ne night blindness no uyi obi a wo sa ɔha wo nyina bomodian na hwehwe adura ni din adi True World Vision Capsules True World Vision Capsules na eno ne bebo ni tichu eni ye na ye hwe mobile phone so che ne ye ni so wo ye ne ni approve so utina computer nim ye papa na ma driver for me say Ghana for wo mo eni yare no mama ye ntimi enkan ne dodo wo mo glaucoma ekum wo mo aya na wani me ni nyina ehwe ade bomu ntino wontimi ehunu se woni no ohaw bi ewo ho nti abibia me ka kyewo se personal examination a wo betimi aye wo fie ede ehunu se woni no ohaw wo ho anase ohaw eni ho no ewo ho no ma wo de kata woni benkum no na fa nifa no nko a hwe ade na fe kata nifa no na fa benkum no nko a hwe ade wo be se woni no ba ko chimato ewo ho uhu ni sa na che se glaucoma anase pressure ebe woni no so entena se ntwan ema woni emfra ani ho yare anase ani ho ohaw bi e wonya no ye kanfo True World vision capsules e di amount Ghana for do na masha ase monum ye no obi wo na wonom to ba ko wi a eno ano no wo se nani na sha ase e to no won to nkoso enum eduro ni biem ye kanfo e di amount se ukoto to ba ko ehyem aduasa 30 enwume bia wo koda e na obefa ba ko nyanto boase eye adwuma wo ni paduanum esiesie ne akofa ohaw no e di abre wani no ema eyi free honum ema wasomu etimi edwo enti wo no ma mepacho num to aso no ba ko na esan san koto foforo numa enkopim se obum sisi de wani no esini deda mu ansa na watimi agya nom hyene so se mese enuro no dɔso e wo dwaman so Inti wo koto a fa edin ko eye True Worth Vision Capsules. True Worth Vision Capsules. Afi yare ba ko edi Ghana fo nya na Ghana fo enhyeda enim sese bio edi wo munya eye intinimu yare Ghana fo nipa dodo na ewo intinimu yare nanso insunsanso no aya na emo wo monkaye True Worth ye wo India fo adu papa ewo hono ma ye friend Nerve Alive eye intinimu yare adu tatahwe mepacho uyo obi a onsa etaye otititi unan etaye otititi unantia na yese panie anase pimbi ewo wo unamu mepacho wonya intinimu yare aya na onsemu efififiri unamu efififiri nti unantia wo hyempaboa na yese mpaboa no eroro mepacho obi a unantia na yese pin ewo wo unamu anase uye bema na unya intinimu yare a etimi ma unya enamu mreye intini ebasa hwehwe Nerve Alive eye India fo do papa eche akwan ye kasa ye Nerve Alive no e de ato o TV screen no so na fe ye wo joint fortis wo hono ma eno nso eye adwuma e wo ye no mpem ene yaposo mepacho arthritis no ya adi unya ache no bomodi na hwehwe India fo aduru a ye frɛ ne joint fortis obi a ukotodwa hono emutu tu wuntumi enante onan so anase wakonya nkonhia ama onamu abu anase onsem abu obi a wachi kase wachi bremu eye oya osisi etwen ojo won enji etweba oto ase edisu na ye kan siatica yi ahunam tutu ene wo so mepacho enumpemu yare ne waposo ni nyina no ye wo India fo adu a ene so ye di India hahama ene dia ya ye frɛ ne joint fortis ene joint fortis inti ye ni akokora anase abrewa wo Ghana hanom waposo ene wonu mpemu a eye ya wo Catholic gregrow na awiwi ema oti ya no mepacho unya joint fortis na ebebo enye painkiller na mom ni akofa pains ne ede aba no ebehwe na eyi ni nyina efiri honum kai na hye ne so se ene so ye Indian product ni bi na afi monya diabetes anase esiche yare no diabetes wo eye yare bi a eya na ene bi a etwamu no yesi diabetes ni aduro ntino yitimi soso a no sese bi HIV ene die India for other romanti ye di diabetes aduro papa e de aba ye frɛ ni azaka na azaka no mepacho wo wonya diabetes type 1 anase type 2 no wo ma onsa eka azaka ni bia ebetimi aboa wo mepacho diabetes insuranso ni bi ni wonu munsu akakra bi na ensukom de udidi a enche na ekom edubiem osutimete na wo reduce weight mepacho ekro beto wo ubemi asa na ekro no enko ni nyina edi se wonya diabetes mepacho bomode a na hwehwe India fo adura ye frɛ ni azaka no na entimi emwo ebeni ntie entimi mobo ye no ni nyina so na mom ye wo vivado wo a eno nso bo mo manya hypertension na yesan so ewo lady fort wo a eboa emma se bi omumensis emma yi eba muti pains enkani nsu fita bi egumu ye wo me fortis wo a eye emema do tatahwe me patro ye bema na wa ye mrewo kete so a eno no emma moja pompeko obema nim ti obema na afon ye kitikiti kra emutimi esan eye du ye papa no manya prostate na se mo yare prostate yare no me patro ye wo prostate live wo a eno nso ye adu tatahwe na ye wo koko adu a enka minum ni abibia ye friend power liver me pacho leading pharmacy herbal shop drugstores a ewo omega na munyina no ubi se True Worth ye no ye ubenya biato na mumu amutie yen ewo radio no so wo hwe yen wo TV no so de number no e the screen no so mu amutie yen wo TV no so no obefa ye number no ewo 0558 724 302 0558 724 302 0558 724 302 and 059 558 2628 059 558 2628 na uni eni nkomo
to me anyana worom adisika live on TV XYZ ya mama kwa babiom say call for a short commercial break motena yen ho na yakwa kwa pesika kakra ba adwuma ide sa kakra na pesika se na be ya so bosome ya ombenya bi de twa ka na yenso yanya ho de tembia na ya ba be somo na piesie tie masemi bi mami o piesie tie ya semi bi mayo ai ya nton ade a yentumi ntwa kama yenso emetie mo asem ni bi mam te ya munye ho abotre why bibia be fine momo still men saka promo no say use momo app no ewo phone no so no we MTN users momo use momo app na fa digwa ne opese wo to opese wo send obi momo on fan koto lunch opese wo di twa obi ka ene ade use from 100 cedis to 200 cedis e-cash na ye promo ye chenema every week bia ye sika. In fact, the big one 100,000 Ghana cedis are MTN for at the beche momo users 3 year 100,000 and yesika kuma now so they are wade so it you all can say use momo app no keke o to bibia use app no o the bank transfer any POS transactions third party platforms ni nyina use momo app no na fire now there them weekly sika yeche routers yetumiche 2000 ti o hwa ebeba se MTN for so why ade se o use momo app no e dey business nti we adwadi for ene betuma this sika we more because ono oto no otua MTN say momo no still one saka MTN everywhere you go. And pay your first Adama Health Alert Clinic and so on my boy in pa. Health Alert Clinic say men catch us say provide the services I hold doing na ya dey about a draw NSI ya there. Enti and pay utie me. Na se ho dodo ase na say body ni nya fine at say e show do kakra wodo kakra koho ya wo lab ya be check umoja no. Woda wontumi nda koho. Wo wase ona ho hyehye woda na wo bobrim na koho ko Health Alert Clinic yebe boa papa ama yebe ma wadru ama wasan gina ona so biom se na be ya obetumi akọ wadwuma so na waye adwuma ti wa mo ye adwuma den no mo weekend sa no na makọ na ya miamia mo spare parts no uyusu ka akra cha se wo ma o de ko mechanic ko ka chen se o check me kai ma me se problem bi wo wa fix ma me so what I say the Health Alert Clinic cholesterol no yebe check ya ma prostate yebe check ya ma sisi yade siateka ye wo ho ye wo Medina haya ya ni post office no na edin hwe animo building na ni post office edin hwe animo no enumu na First Atlantic Bank wo ba yen ye wo nachi same building ba yen ye wo achiri eya na wa ba ho yasan wa so eni bia wo ka so apoku ase ashama ne takrade fra yen 0242518893 0242518893 ti fra na oni omo entwetwe enkomo ena no pe ma me ko Ghana Revenue Authority na minkote announcement we for Ghana Revenue Authority we free Commissioner General no ho na aba na we say Ghana Revenue Authority no ese oboy en kai say the taxpayers under section 39A of the Income Tax Amendment Act 2023 Act 1094 no obia or realizing an asset or liability shall within 30 days after the realization of the asset or liability submit a return to the Commissioner General for the determination of tax on gains on realization of assets and liabilities. The tax gains on the realization of assets and liabilities, a tax paid when a person makes profit from realization of assets such as land, buildings, shares, any other investment. It's investment or capital assets attracted tax on gains and realization of assets and liabilities. It is our gains, including a land and building other than your primary residence, shares, securities, business assets such as goodwill, other investment assets, and a standard rate of tax. Standard rate of the tax is 25% of the gain. However, individuals have the option of paying the flat rate of 25% on the gain or choose to add that profit to their total income for the year and have it taxed at the normal, which is graduated income tax rate. Hey, accountant for Nemo. Additionally, persons paying for acquisition of any investment and capital assets, you are required to withhold tax at a rate of 10% in the case of non-residents and 3% in the case of residents. Iti bibia ewo asset realization ni ade ho bia e ho tax no freyen na hunu kwan a obefa so etua na wantua a offense. For 0800 900 110 and no freyen 0800 900 110. And I'll bet you send me a WhatsApp Ghana Revenue Authority for send me a WhatsApp 055-299-0000 and 0200631664. Over to me send me an email info@gra.gov.gh where every Commissioner General Ghana Revenue Authority at the Mamoa Esamutua Etono. Many a year a preculate to Komo. A preculate a customer for the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. A preculate mache. Oko ya waba.
Patoze.
Oko takra de no waba.
Me pacho ye ezi ano no kasa me wo wini ba.
Adwuma na.
Ni nyama.
Adwuma na.
Pepe.
Ebefa anope nkoma ye boy wo hase ye efa ye eniema ne bo ekosoro wa bra aduane aba o sector minister honorable Eric Opoku enemy di nkoma na ase on TV3 for so di nkoma a kire mu se aduane abu and there are plans say ye betumi aboa na me ba ma wontie anyway ya reporters ekokrom Emma Warnomo ene eye wo ma wo moton nuane no atwetwe nkomo ma yentie kakra na afi ye mon komo se ebre wo ma why
dio eti ento sio bibia won season aba fine anso ebi ni ho a mo bro 99 na mo badwom ha mo bro 99 mo badwom ha obia bebisa ne de akọ obia bebisa ne de akọ anso eba ye wo mu na mo aba ba akọ wo mu na mo aba ba akọ se de ye ne tamu ani ensuo no kura na anto nka beba sense e professor na bag na 14 se ye yiso 12 million olonka no 25 na ye 30 se olonka na ba 25 na 20 aye ni season ni season ni due a no matter how we dan aye ni season ni de amma bebiri kura kakra ba price ne be kofom e bro na ba e free July August hono na fe de ye twa foforo no nti ye twa foforo no de adada no na ekofom akosi etisa bayire foforo ba sese ayafo ofa bayi to bayire 20 Ghana kora ye enso na nse no mo se bayire ukofa ba ko 50 Ghana na hin ena ayafo ihu ana eka aduane yafo ye na hu ana otise obi po kasa ebro sa no lonka 20 na dada no 25 nso na ye 30 boto no na ye 14 me say me tombi me kofa bi e wo kwan so ba e say bottle ne de 12 and a 10
lolly first but said that was say be a 50 cedis ubenya 70 or 100 or man can mean so amaboa no 50 ni 20 lolly first ne ha adwen and na kwan no mde ne money free so ban so enye nti omde ba beduru ana lolly first na ye bebre ti no na ma omo beto ana ebo no e wo soro no nti enye yenya nti esa abanhwe na oye hu bibi kakra time bi wo ho no ma emutimi ye den kra na bi wa ye boa ne 100 any 50 ye boa 20 by say 150 dia amaboa se wo pa bi am yensa be ma 130 na 20 dia metimi de me yensa ma 50 na brother na 70 no obusa bi wa metimi de ma 50 ana 60 40 kra ho ti esrese ye be sra ban na ja wa hwe akuafo no kaka se de ne oma ne ba yenso ye beto ne ntema ma ye nye den ense
ti weye timamufo ni bi adwenkyere na yekotie weye malata market na yekoye na ye ne adwadifo ni bi edi nkomo ene ne wabat for the sake of time ntina ya twitwa so no apreku
no familia
me dase me sure say what amanfo no ye nim say sabre aduane aba anope me ne na me ya twetwe nkomo vice president at the Peasant Farmers Association, but the problem is that we say buffer stock ese water eye enobai no de go se ne be ya lean season na abai no a release na atumi aba market now o say ne fear any say money enough warehouses
many are kai mame na watu na menchia okifo na menchia yo mahama mampanyi na menchia yo ekupuku Ghana kusia Ghana need us Joshua of our town oswafo we kuaye ni yeni ane eso na o tell him para mo fa de aida mo ye interview
ya komala tam market body abusu ene o screen so yi
okay baby aba obi ane se me e ka get of inflation o
video minimo body abusu mankane abusu ebro aba wo mo se wo ma tete so ba Ghana fo ni bi nso se ebo no o ma inflate farmers no kra aka say inflation no koso e dey policy mo program bi e betuma aboa na ama ade no ne bo aba from kakra na Ghana fo nso ho ahiha mo
yo minia o how ba ko a ye wo e wo ha ene se ye broni intermediary no mo amwo ya dantemu fo no mo to nia no ba ni fit ya for the back process mo no paso pi kra sen e ya fo na wo fo eye omo no ba no mo enyama but say because omo say kwan ka kwan ya part of Irwari kupuku the nyama ho ye ne say ye be opin akwan na eko emfum kofa no ba ye ba through the use of the drip on the machines here there ma assembly here so mo be opin akwan bia eko be bia ebo yi fu no bia no mo yi kwan se be ya kwan no e be
okay
no eye ba so now we can be be ya ma no ba ne bo a ewo edum ai now about one of the key policies ye ne say ye be pass through a buffer stock only say your system be your open market. And very difficult of setting commodity to our buying the bit master to be our tone is a Kenchina Pagistic. Or we are to go where they said the Kenchina, what's after about Paji 1 city. Who the veggie 1 city? Who the veggie 2 city, who the veggie 3 city. But that's what he has said. But one of the way in the first say Papa talk them. Because a brewer, you see, a buffer of better than 450 epic in instead. It means that wow, turn below 400, so you'll be compared to better than 450 or be 450. Now, in one hand. Now, go to 450 now, ban us for the budget 1,005. As anybody who said food inflation, air possible. Food inflation, air possible, they are not there, why it is. And I did that. Now, the buffer of Aqua Bugon, who are releasing the don't you now go find 450,000 by 1,005 no. That's about first of air only 600. You'll be compared to the end. That's how they end. So one of the key areas in Namche between their regulatory some of these inconsistencies and edufudia Banu Sumuna so edufudia more so the beno a binom a paso EDCC and my photo no by no a game no more EDCC Equiafono anytime to say the abbey. But what you say?
Matthias, yeah. And
in that, you know, government bet me a moderate the price now and the market. So what for now, no means if you go to any community where buffer stock is ready to buy a brewing for 450 and we're now open out 400 or budget. And I mean, here brew back at the MRD. Now the market near say 1,005. I will complain why they have to buy them, why they have why them. So buffer stock will be compared so be releasing the other market. Or buy the end of a price 600. And long term now they are in 1,005. For better around 3 years, now they are for 9 talk.
Okay.
Obviously to me, sorry, all can and rather make the video and then you wire it. And you will and near my buffer. Be a mass and yet, me know me and now be a but comparatively, January 2023, what food inflation, I say 61%. 61%.
Okay.
And now me know say food inflation, I say over September 2024, that food inflation, I had 22.1. Even January 2005, yeah, they are 23.8. And then the food inflation at 14.8 yeah. Well, yeah, your target is being a single digit. And you are double digit in a year. You might think that yeah, the end say and had to be a target of single-digit food inflation. And maybe I will be on that score. I might agree with that person, but comparatively, it would tell me there and then the war and it will do man. And then correct. Because statistically, the access above. So the big guy, but I say this must, you reduce the number of single-digit food inflation. Or onset of my boy, and many people be a cooking. You know, one of the things here, but I be out on the last year, you can decide a few better. And I'm just out on the last 5 years, you can decide a few better. And I'm just there's any old in an hour, which must have been in there. And to move forward, but more. Guess we are not a year, I don't know that they were an intent or she said, I'm a video to be Eddie. We are not yet done. We are not yet done. We are slow in the process of Bushwa. Yeah, no bones is out of but because a freezing on the air. That is why I see you and she said, we don't want to be saying that freezing way and you did freezing way you did go. If I said, create one or more Ghana. Through the various interventions, they will at the irrigation facilities. Solar powered boreholes, they provide this facility will be able to cultivate certain crops throughout the entire season. So that you didn't say away season and away off season. Because there will be a domako. So they say, you may not be a crab of India.
Eh?
Your crab of India.
Ghana.
Ghana is India.
Na meko bebe ba ye don okroma yi de okọ bunu isene ni yi voter
That is what you think. Ye bokwa ye consume in Ghana no. We import 62% of that. So ye di bakuma ko ha e wo Ghana. Emu aduosia mienu ye create India. This are statistics which challenge you. And you put any say you beat me Mokuna your training no and within the next 4 years. No. The engineer and Fabian Kwam and Yam Kwam for one. Not the introducing in the there was something. India. So why? About now you're well and said support to be on the milk a and I'm saying yes, I was also about part of the Quiapona, but a bull, you will be a man day. And so, the Yammy Guna said, even French boost no crown. But first of Benyan, she said, I'll beat me a talk French boost. No betting me a fruit at a normal store. She said, you know, Gunaquema, a do the Biswa, Ubi. You were talking about the Piesie Farmers Association warehouses, you know, they are not enough. Yeah, ministry no afresh in as well. The and one kitchen maybe a renovation. The union of Shah still do yet was so near to Yaka. Now, even under Ghana, no farm service center, every farm service center, no, a warehouse will be attached to it. And the source in Yane, and it's Animano. If you are putting out with him, Yabeye, any Maya and Yape. It is as the existing ones, no, the condition to saying. Ebe to me, because abayama 100 million ewo buffer stock some of fantos and so on monto bi nka ho biom it is no existing ones no the condition net saying enyema e pese ye tro ni sisi and existing ones no condition be tina ho bi sa nyema na se to.
Okay,
the omunya wishemo but you were talking about ye be ye ni enyanye so ni say abai e betra so onya say so engo kana antisa Musume watch.
Musume enkromo na ekoi.
Musume enkromo ya musume enkromo ya ekoi. Afiri ye mako musume enkromo 7 October nya musume enkromo. Ena antisa. Uza ni be chama obe there so unya ni baby. So ni da.
Say sa question na bi na me bisa wo no.
Enti musume enkromo ni ekoi. Yes. And you don't expect that you beat me as a warehouse near every based on your capacity on the area you assessment all the warehouses that work Ghana.
Okay.
Assessment.
Okay.
Based on that capacity, no nyama ezo ni na ebit me aso aka extra space.
Na nyama na moto no body aka ho.
E pass body nka ho.
Entosi nso nka ho.
Entosi nka ho.
Because perishable intentem na bayire nso e.
Onim baby. They say the focus ring na green and lagoon for now. Because the various warehouses there were no. This that nyama we dey bit nyai there. Astro. But what you say?
Matthias.
Doctor make sure say those ones na you know we are here factor sa nyama nya perishable goods ni na be akama.
Eti omo awonu ma do tomatoes bebere na aba no e dey na aban e dey afa ho because the ministry must be interested in how that one to end on the market and as end with the industries.
Minister me no ka say and to our yes say on factors na mo ye tomato paste na yes say so be link factors na ma the farmers direct so the be obeto expo direct. The biggest challenge we have is at times yes commodity na ye no be man into but there is no market linkage between the producer and the buyer. But that's what you say.
Matthias,
there's a company what you must see here. Also bit here the capacity is 50,000 tons. But he's not getting the raw materials. There are farmers somewhere out there. Almost what the tomatoes, almost what we have to for.
Of course, Santi Achim say tomatoes. Your videos no, I may sure say Akomadai we will have the same issue.
Akomadai near Santi Achim area, you will be sure on it a factory here on mini processing factories, all these two areas. Mini processing factories so that the company no better to manage raya one man primary processing error. Now do about finished product no error chema. So the bigger issue where you also see there is no connection between the farmer and then the buyer. And they said they were sorry then. What they know a software sorry. Man sorry mbra. No ma sorry. Member na mo pay man sorry mbra. No ma sorry. E man no mo pay. E man no mo pay kunu. And then they see on kwase ebe. It is one of the aids and maybe I say form cooperatives, so that we have tomato Akuma tomatoes growers cooperatives. We know their capacity, the number of tons we produce Akuma, so that we sign an agreement with a factory said these people on which we produce maybe 20 tons of tomatoes annually. That's what they are here. So the Pennsylvania ratio will say, well, if I go to Akuma, Mania between 18 to 22 tons of tomatoes. That linkage is not there for the tomato farmer. It's not there for the onion farmer. It is not there. On the material will be on the onion. But wouldn't that there's a company who takes my processing onion? Yeah.
May I wear?
Good.
I'm going to paste to certain tomatoes. No.
Pepe. Or onion at all. Can you be so add the onions? But when we say creating how the onion, right? What the onion operator for? But what and what the minister is doing is that it is not the Ministry of Food and Agriculture that is going to maybe create that factory, but he's creating the linkage between the farmer and then the producer and then the buyer. And when we get to know, say, how for more capacity here, there will be a matter of understanding between some companies. They will no more capacity for other states. The company also knows that. I have private producers on the producers and Yamamania. Miss Medbede, Ebay, okay, Yama, under where you were animal.
All right.
But the area or no one can about what the other Pijama,
and I'm on your term when a Quiafo Nebre, Ebanesa, or more investment and I could wish no Ebanesa next year or don't tell
the Minister of what the Minister open and answer. You want to talk about Papa Dauda?
Jose,
Papa Dauda.
David, no dear, Miss Missy A. Radin, Nipa Bakona. Wait, Chona, Aden. Me offer Erigo Boku.
On Busua, oh, yeah, too much. Also no by ministry even though I buy that trans bosome ye ko bosome nko so ba ase onya bosome nko
Dabi
and the challenges any problems you on only so over to a lot of problems so we are aware now we are last year best farmers you are ka education na ya no farmer national farmers award o me yin no mo ma award when is not take an asempo what do you say what Dwabo is doing is he's solving biggest problems the ministry whilst he brings in new things also because you have to do these things side by side.
Okay.
Because Yamana Abana Basco. Now, what do I say? The man non farmer. And then they encourage you to mom side of my years. If you want better results, promise our year, irrespective say, yeah, by that, that's how one. So they're best of Munkran. So what you will do and say, problems over the or solve. What's that? But most new ideas in many interventions for the bank. Or the other why are they accounting? These two things are going side by side.
Okay.
This looks now even comparatively, so they compare as one for about you see the difference.
Abranche bi teme o say friend Dwabo Ase was say yemfa food distribution centers no emra eno betumi aboa ma price no atumi akonkan sa ejapade na first yetumi ede enuane ko store ho na yese ebi mu akotonton no na ebi mu akọ privatize no aban wo plan bi say oba je sa niam no sa food distribution you know
those food distribution centers no yeah aban betimi asa ni na ma yemu yeah ehun krata sem nyina azie pay no de ebe dey so betimi ade but so afia de go the man dey no man ebe dey so betimi asa ayede ade I mean how say the amount for how no e bia beka so obi wa ba na aban japade even obi ti betra bangor awoti obi was matter obi a betra ne bangor no ton a obi no ton a the next minister the next any fan on betra but getting run a year exmo man so ya ton center dia mo bi sometime no no we won create engineer tie na ewie na wo kasa wo dia ye dia ye kwantin tinye kwantitia and it is true so maybe imagine me imagine osafo na bin say omo ma ye omo pade no sometime go aye won create engineer ewie no e be ye din so betimi age ayen so yesi omo boss dey kwanda no dey be ebeje na yesu ye person ya dey so ye be ton bin so dey dey ama obia.
Okay. Kwabena etie me wakaso was say the rhetoric should give away for serious action. Almost 100 million yan kanchira mo say ye monitor mo pa na se mum misuse na wo mo mfa nche mo kra.
Woni bebe ya ba bontre abeka cho 100 million. Eno nkwa ye ba bontre 100 million de ma bo paso so mo mfa nto sa nyema no na so ri beka ho no e ya akuntabu ba ko. Anantisa
etisa
the very first step in akuntabu because now you know the capital and the 12 grow bag back 450 Ghana, so you can calculate if the capital say a Bruno a Canada I just wouldn't say well grow bag to say yes see a 12 more bag back 625 say more we should have a more bag fee. Anantisa
etisa
yes so Gary 340 so 100 million now idea everybody in Ghana in Kunchabu I was from crown big national assets. I calculate this calculation said then we sue if 100 million after there. I say there was this a number of bags of a brew, there were a more to do say there were Gary to say what and it's very first step in accountability.
Okay. Maminjao feed Ghana no hun enyuma no do so nti wo de maminjao na money na mu na mo prospect na mo hwe baby a mo betumi de mo na CCC se na be ya enema e betumi akoso emerepam yesan hia ye be bon komo nyamenka ho why
on council me
Aprakulate Director of Corporate Affairs at the Ministry of Food and Agriculture Mofa wono ne kasa edema wo mo kasa ma minister nti ya ne na akwa bon komo ne mpesa mote no minim se mote Matter to when you say it to be better, say the government be bring it, but food distribution corporation. Okay, yes, that's how it is it here maker centers. Well, I'm talking about if I have Piesie, tell them the truth. Tell them you are honorable without a constituency. Megana nyina na constituency no. Constance Kwao, open my number A. Asemo. My fancy na Koswafa wadwenche bra later. You better say MP for Asutifi North. Better say menua honorable Kwekwado. Menua no ma omoye MP for doso. Wa better say na ya bon komo enche ba ma menko na mene ye Lawson Hebafo. Enkote san komo we inferior tew. Mren kra bosen. And your time no. 8 minutes after 9. The Virgin Son.
Piesie
Okrah.
Yeah, no.
Bibi aboko de.
Already adom now so.
Nyame adom dokon ye.
Nyankopon adom me papa na ho ya pa.
Nice. The Virgin Doctor.
Yes.
Now so the Virgin Son.
And I want to say.
Oh, mentiase say, mentiase pa.
Ghana for man na de ma ye.
Isa.
No so oba so e ma odin a na oba da de bi ma wa.
Ntumi puputi.
Yes. What do you say?
Enro so amanfo so ka ho asem.
Yes. Na onim se abrebia me nko ane nipa me me papa ye baka se fidie so a embro wa 40 ye enkokora 4G ye feso emranti ene gi ene di echi na mabawa
omo so afilisa
what you say
because of lock hair
heba mixture
infection a drug come
capsules no ene mi pia bonten a emabaawa no obi a bojim Virgin Sun wadu ni akonum biu e fine pa Virgin Sun na no ye hwew sa na de oso ma ye bibi na sa me boka wo
o me boka sa nyame na me kose boma o
etoda obi ti me jew pa tim si sky di pa wa jime
so jew
men ka bi e se me di besie kakra kana me bone doso do
boka no enhira wo mu te anya hwe
enhira wo mbate kana doso kana doso e bo 5 o'clock atwam nanso so obi hia ma e bo 5 kula no obo ade e ma na mesre mo na ese mu diska no mo e me ma no kura nya bi nyi me ma no ya na mayi nduro ni bi amo na ma ne diska no
nyehwe momundi kakra
omuntu
o yire nkwantu ndi usika ne sa
e ba omuntu omoboase e ka ne doso
okay yate ba fa ensampa ne maye
Piesie anopai no ma me na wase se waje me feso na odimaba Power FM so na odimaba TV SYZ so me hu se Facebook we ejadem comment section no ekoso kama na amathana se nso be koso afa ya because Dwabo Ase show no de eko achi na me mfa akonya we so na Ghana fo ase na me ntia mpanimfo titire ahemfo lawyers doctors enemra hwebejafo a omo parliament ehihye no ma se oman no bibia be koso kama na obi atimi ho atono na me mfa akonya we so enchia adwumaku a FDA Food and Drugs Authority say omonso so da bia no omwese Ghana yenuane yenu ayenom no bibia bekoyie na obi atimi ateapo mesre se samre so mosom for Virgin Sun matena sibiem nyankopon ayadom wasama ye na watwe foforo a enei ye hu adekye foforo oti ase ano ade nyankopon ase esan se yare ba nipadua ni ma na ye wuye bia no ntimi entoa so entisha no so se anopa ya matena se no Virgin Sun ma fami papa Dr. Lawson akonya na me ne obedi nkomo ede afa enupa maako miensa ye de abadwaman so ne ye de som Ghana man ye de akutierewa na mmom se no so Lawson Herbal Center ebia wo hwe me otie me na opi ye kira kwan ya ye kira kwan no ewo Kumase ebua kwa Kena yesi ewo Kumase ebua kwa Kena sanso na mo Accra isanse adwuma no ye tiremu na ye pese obia nsatimi ka aduro ne bi obia timiti aponti no ya bebo ye sesen ana ye bi e branch ewa Accra ye wo Abekato ta Tesano Commercial Plaza building ase ho pe na wo sabeka Lawson Herbal Center ye telephone numbers a ye didi dwuma ye pesa abrebia dodo na yare animudi asie yare adane nkodanda wanu mu nuro waye lab test ahodo na nso yare no kwa na ne woku ni padua ne mu wuni ahotono Dr. Lawson se frɛ na wonya wo moa na onso so na aduro no yemfa bi nkan de time ete apone to ade wo ye bi aso enti numbers no 0242 133 577 0242 133-577 0248-619999 0248-619999 Mr. Numbers no any dia to dwa no meguso a me no e kasa no betimi afre na mpanimfo agye so anywhere di enkomo enuo no ya miensa ye wo losing heba mixture e wo dwaman so ye wo losing delay man capsules e wo dwaman so ye wo losing law care heba mixture e wo dwaman so enuo no miensa nyina no e wo pharmacy heba shop baabi abeku bia eton no bia no unsa e betimi akabi na intempeso no pay no mane eni uni nkomo sima emfa losing heba mixture ho losing mixture e ye bibiduro losing mixture e ye bibiduro a ene yawura kwayem na yadosuko yakope enua haban na bena ene ni nkohini different mako 36 ene yakabum ede aye losing heba mixture enti wei na sabi obi ani nipadua ahontutuo sasabro arthritis rheumatism ni nyina ewo nipadua ma edi unya no wonoma etimi ebrasi na ma nipadua ne sabi emoja entimi nia fusane amama ya doso nipadua nim srade ya doso a enei ema onsa etaye otiriti eya wotenase awose ananse ache wonan edurumra bia na woto ase entine etwetwe no because of poor blood circulation because of amamai because of cholesterol no esisi entiri ne mama chese entiri no kura no entimi nya adwuma ene moja na timi ade afurusane so onom lo se heba mixture na mamu nsa yetititi no eya na woda sori amienu ana amiensa eya na akeka atoso no eduma bia na wonsa we no wa ahoden na wodi tiritiri mu no Mr. Wan hwe yi adakoro no wonsa ne mienu nyina betimi aka atoso preko pa wo ye ho hwe a enyi na mom ompese sa wo ha wo betimi atodi a ma lo se heba mixture ne enya wo adru a ene udebakuatia arthritis na edi unya otu asintini no a etwetwe no mesrew odebeye wodru kohyane nso se wodi ya wonu maduro na da bia maka che wo se yare na wo pa hu waduro wo pa results no emfada kope na eba tie ni yi yare ne mfada kope na eba na mom ebia wa woni mi se yare no eba ya che 1 year 2 years 3 years 6 months mponie wonu nu munura enko because of yare na che entu ntimi nkoto lo se heba mixture 1 bottle se wo nom ama arthritis yare no ni nyina timi ayedai akọ nunumado no to aso be 3 to 5 bottles wo nom anto ato aso no wo bosa na afa wuni padua na atimi ade ne ho na yare no nso ayedai afri ni padua nem we ni abibiduru a enei etu yare ase na enso so yare so enti lo se heba mixture no we na dodo na asa ne mrane se ni stroke abu na to kete so a wontimi nsore nante no ye no ya tam no ye dwale no ye tete aduane ma no se ekotolo se heba mixture ema nonom to ato aso be 10 bottles a ubosa ni stroke ya ria kana to kete so no ubosa sa ni pakro na wa sorry ni nyina ya dansidi a wana anu maduo no efre edi ho adanse a kire se eduo no wa so a etimi ya dai eboa no entu mesramo ma mu de stroke ya ria no mompelo se heba mixture na ekira kwan obi nso de eduru ma bia okuta poma wuntimi nante yie ene wo nante kakra bia no akoto ewo kwan mu because sisiero imayemre sisiero ekuro abem sisiero wuntimi ntra otoso nche wuntimi nyina ntentene nche mesraw enunti usisi ne sabi chia na echia ene okuta poma wo nante kakra no wo sugar wukuta poma na de nante ma lo se heba me hyane nya wadru a wo banom de abo ho ban asisi ya we ne betu ase e de ama wo mo amoda na dwena mo sori ano pa ma apo ma apo se ya na ye mo ya ye nuanom mttd fu a ene mu gina ntentene efra no pa besi anwumra mo ya mo ho hwe a enye ye no pelo se heba me hyane e kira kwan me sese edwadefu ama ye kukuru ya tentam me se taxi drivers trotro drivers uber drivers a ene eya na ye de da bi ya tisti ananima ye tinchim ye kwa no mesere beduru fi a ase aboroye no ma lo se heba me hya nya wabibiduru a wo de bakwati ahonam yawo enu nti na lo se heba me hya no ya twera ho se it fight against general bodily pains no entu a wo de akoya honam yawo no ahotutuo no ma lo se heba me hya nya wadru ya numbers ni ehia me because me free akwa piesie beto show no so e de amawo na mom na wo pemechi akwan ebe ya me ya fa Dr. Loss number no e 0242 133 577 0242 133 577 Lawson Mixture our pharmacy our herbal shop me gidi so wanya gidi ani awashemu a eduo no okope na kira kwan ne atoso mienu eye local mixture
yeah infection adro
Piesie adro we sa me masoa na me ni age sa me ka ho asama na mitirima ya me de because adro we na ma me virgin son my popular e wo Ghana ha me be papa Dr. Lawson virgin doctor enei abasobode ene fans ayede ma ya nyina ya loke heba meksha eya ma no mesi Piesie se wo ye adwuma na ma wunya ma be mienu miensa enum na se ma na abje utuma wawie bibia wuye bia ba wie peye eye die ntia ya hwe loke ba ye bua Ghana fo ma
infection na dos
e ma no omukọ mema nche ya mema ne mfro omu biem e ma na be ma ba be ma ne kwa wonte ne nka biem e ma sabi no omu ne gie ewo masetenam enei samai num loke heba meksha e mema ne ba omu ntu omu hujai Piesie wati ase
e mema ne ba na okaka
dabia no obabia no me se Ghana fo ma no omu nyina ya menua ma no omu nyina ya menamfofo but make a secret actually Ghana fo ma ya se omu ho fe ha omu ho akono nemom obabia no bema bia wo nyina so a ode ba wo nchen
okay
enti ade ya mema ne ye ba ya ye hwane se sanana bowura himfie hono ma awo se opia na nitimi ya dai egie osana na bia no opefin enti wo ba no ade ba kwa virgin sane ka kire wo ne se so ko ba house wo na wura ho a eya udware aho nya abotre tu so wura himfie ho ma himfie ono horo ho na himfie onya kroje na himfie onye ka wa bia nyedai emma na mom wie sana peloke heba me sha no nom ka ho we ni de woni infection kurati bi adai anum bi oba no e de bo no ho ban enti ya hwe mani bebre ho no ma se ma himfie ahota akeka me ahota ya me hene ensansa beguma himfie eya me ne ba ma hia me Philippine mini atenka ni nyina ye inamu san ya hwe ni bia anasa infection nanso wo pedra ebobo oba ni pedua no aya akono aya soro han no oba na timi aluku sexia eye loke heba meksha enti sa loke heba meksha bia no oba bi oba num bibia no Piesie amana himfie wache ete se selection e dia so mpaboa be 1 year uye nufutena da woro ma ebi wom
emane ti ase
ojama ha ban ebi wom 20 ha ban ebi wom natural spices no say ginger ne lemon ne hwintia no wo pe ahaban a eti ekum kro owo oba himfie emo oba himfie timi close de ho ye twan a e loke heba mixture
okay
what the oba no infection na ye be 1 year 2 years a wono no monto aso be 3 to 5 bottles wo badwun so bebre da ma wodwun so na mfini ka woni nyina ye dai e free ho na mom be ma no oba no mum awalefo omote na omu numom wo ba ne be ma mote dai ba kuma makonya na mu nsayawe no munu mum na mfa asumdue ene nka bom nya dai embra masetina e 0248 619999 0248 619999 numbers no ene twa go no quickly delay man capsules wo ho ememedru na say delay we on Piesie me fa bia ne mani age because nano madam fu bi fra media dance say na say na nka ne mema sem ya atechima na so me man delay man capsules no me ye no wo so oba ne ba ye no oba ne ntini hu dai Piesie bra wo so oba na beti aka ne so wo ba ne kula so wo nkwa biem ana wo fra media dance ye na ade ba ko abuwa ne se wo no ma ho ye nom to ho wo de oba no wajeju sika dia na wo so wo ma wo de kwaso anum delay no to wo twen no na wo de ni nkomo na etohura mafre no na wo ba wura himfie ho se wura himfie ho no makodi wumensem o mensem abedi ni se eya wura kones se wura kones a wo ba ni benya ni pick ni hu badwiri no wo ba na hu besane no oba na kokombetimi ya wo so se ba sa se afla wo Piesie a also onya di foforo ma wo se wo be afla wo darling nana odo medie
fanama na tudwa biom na yenko
na se wo ya be ma na wo anya di bi wo fie dia chese wo dwuma enso ani me virgin san na me ka kire wo minim ni America enu ti na me se media me ba bia meduru bia no enei me ye bold enei me di me mensam wo ma hemfie enti media me se me ni awre ho da Piesie pebinom biwi abraka na obagibi delay no yanom to wanum mienu na pamienu anwumre eno na ma usisi emu ayedene ukotodwe emu ayedene wo pechi ayedene na wo kwesira ne ma watimi ya delay wachele na wo yo ba na ka che say miwura medase eye Lawson delay man capsules enu ani nyina ya miensa virgin sana jebre minimsa Ghana fo moni kumme ho mageme ne papa Dr. Lawson atum niamu ye fe enti nuo ne ya miensa bema betimi anum ni nyina bom at a time wo ba upesa uluku size ahimfie wa dry boso meso a umata atimi flow no nom loka heba me sha no ere Lawson heba me sha ne ebom eye 0248 61 99 99 0248 619999 Ushiami unitakuni sempua meme nkoa na mseme ya guy wo krom ha ene mitimi kata Piesie so na wo bom dia wo frame virgin sana meju so 50 Ghana cedis maya de mompreme ahwefo etiefo bye bye
ai oze
se krom ha badwo na mini Ghana
yo mate
mama de sa ma disturb mo kopim se mema ne betimi agina ema ne betimi anya atenka na asumdua be nyina yentem na me adoma me sanso ofidie mu ha sofo yebehia
Virgin Sana Tenica from Lawson Heba anope ma yanko for a quick commercial break na yamra na honorable international yam fan komo twetwe na nhyehyɛ so koso afa wadwen kyerɛ no ebra dwumadie no so yaba kenkan ni na enso de amount live on Power 97.9 24 after 9 yanko ma yanko mra yanko mra
Welcome to AutoCheck Vehicle Diagnostic and Licensing Center.
I hear my car can be checked here without going to Accra.
Sure. Emission, check.
Alignment, check.
Brakes, check. Visit AutoChecks at Koforodia Aquadum Road for the roadworthiness of your vehicle, from saloon cars to heavy-duty industrial vehicles. Madam, your car is now ready for the road.
Thank you so much. AutoChecks, check.
AutoChecks, your safety, our priority.
AutoChecks. Yefema na kwa me taxi driver na enkane na misisi eso misisi ama kame na to na twetweme binya 3p garlic misa no aboa me pa
edunu asa miracle bi wadro no jese mafunu kra se die sia twini ankasa me humi esi so se me humi ani esi so obeka die bibi hye me so bi no ni na ye normal ni ti ni bi fi na ti no ti pa me sa 3 days ni edunu ankasa de nyankopon de ayi bi ahodi che ma yi bi nya sam keto ana se we de me fro aka so na me fa hye me nkwa me
me de abe pa 3 years ni ana asemi gina wa me na mu sisinya se me kwa me de ameko bi amu so much me dru abe 6 years ni o tema sisi am ye ma di se ne me jaina ta ya le ne nku me preko ene 4 day ana me koto 3 garlic mixture ni tema me kase yanku pe no yam se ene ya me no kase me wa to me a me din wa me ntia ase
3p garlic mixture ubenya bi wo mamu pharmaceutical shops and herbal shops Fred Piwak e wo 02489288824 and 020100002
631 0553 932631 Solar Natural Clinic. Dr. Solomon Apia Kubise Brai prostate scan fibroid issues. Obebo pa kokomlemle ebe have us in high school no. 0553932631 ma nyana yen kobon komo Franco Trading Enterprise still phones papa efie eno no adaroma koho ekojo Nokia iPhones no ewo ho CCTV cameras air conditioners no freezers microwave washing machines yedini nyina aba sa ade eden se Franco ne ma na yatete so 40% inti phones papa efie ene Franco so e bia Ghana bia bowura ho na koje wo appliances no na yate so na say CD ato is forcing it's aka Franco 40% discount friends is here 0246422338 0246422338 and my memory is 0246422338 wofra Franco for no batwetwen komo ya so e bia Accra Tamale Takoradi de ho Kumasi Sunyane bowura ho na koje wo de phones na ba bidwa no mensa kano yeguso aye Yakopon Boa Friday ye church 16,000 Ghana cedis MTN Telecel users for Madaro my mope ena ye kan eho asem eti obadare *274# *274# dial se CA na choose option 2 power jackpot Friday ye jegum 16,000 opese udibi to be CA *274# MTN and Telecel users pay and a what sa kwenya ne se mutume ko kan draw no draw so e NL Caritas platform no so kan we no say power jackpot no wundi 18 years a wuntume mobi ena eno echi no 10 Ghana cedis per ticket enti wo kakra wo ma wo de to abudo gunsu nani da chibi won sabeka mensaka promo ne guide honorable Koko Ado Atenaze Minia netisen wo de minia no nti wo de memfra honorable ba constituency for ne de honorable na bibi atisen
nyamiadum ya sorry ya timi aba studio ide
power no so ajon ho power
nyami
to me
nyami adaroma
mu di power okroma o
me hu ne sa o
oh come on
yes solve problems mum
and that's
it before they omudi to me by you made it to me
who are you and sports committee ne so I see nice
sports committee
okay ne say emabuno ne ma ebe to wakoma so pa I see na constituency ti saying
yamiadum constituency boko enim say how dey wo ho na so adechi adesa nyina no ye ne stakeholders netimamufo ni nyina aka abomu a ye solve enti constituency boko sana meka no
eda ya me ase na project no o ma me mama obi ko ho de
no kreni yeguso a o se de afi aban no hyehyɛ yesitie no ya de tumi na ma assemblies no
okay
nti ho akade nyina so aban no de ekwa assemblies na ne santi no ya nkasa ya de sa resources aban de ba constituency na district no ya de ekwa akoye projects na minim se the national echiche no ebeduru yeso
o bridge ne won sam no akwako say the last time said I ka bridge no wan sam mo so contractor ba entotro so kwan no so
bridge no o ya ma me refi mi kuro mo aben ahwe ya na ma yera wa
unya ntia o mo
ma ntia me mpanyimfo etitu ni na no matra nkonya omo na kuro no ne asase ne ye omo dia e na omo ama ye ba bi atena na timamufo nso ama ya kwanya se ya meka omo asem won kran mo homo
okay
enti mechia na nanom ama hene me ensa
na wo constituency
ka chiri owo mu ye ntotro so man hene very much kwampem
okay
na no se mo hwe video so a na nkasa na ogina ho a okuta shovel a ye clean up exercise
na say I like the way ahemfo no you know am say osajefo ahemfo doma hene osajefo ana oyosi ade yo nana ajima ebadu a pave way na ma say ahemfo no ehunu say they have to be part of development because oti asafuduma no mu gina mu na and that is how I see ebu oman no I think it's good
sa enti the bo oman hene abaso e wo sa adwuma di a odi ede boaye
okay
nyina na ye ka ho bi me ne me DC ene party mpanyimfo ni nyina na menchia Kenya Ase number 2 my hene ose ade yo dade ako ana afi so Kenya Ase number 1 na o say Kofi Abri Kenya Ase number 2 de nansia dade ako na ye de friend nti o ka dade ako a onim say
I'm sorry you know wo mo nyina ajo so
mo nyina age me so
nti
na me nya wo mahin so half enough divisional president
okay
ane jedu atrankonya nyina Tunnel Bridge no am say me ne nkomodi edi kan me ma wote asese contractor o site
yeah
aye adwuma na kodru baabi but I must admit say be na otwemi ansani adwuma nko so
okay
na adwuma kwa nko so no enkyere se contractor na free site me ne okase okwa na excavator si ho
okay
the machines or the adwuma nyina si ho the challenge we are having is baabi a waya adwuma na duru no ye frɛ bibi latrite latrite no said the beya obi timamufo no beti ase ne anete kokko na ye de fele kwan no baabi a ye benya bi e de aye efiri akire nsua eba bridge na no no eno na akoye dadwen sesi a brise baabi a no otu bi no e won totro so
okay
se okaso otu afiri totro so a track baako elodu latrite I just of free totro so kofa Kenya Ase kofa hwidim
asana wasan babak
asana babak and you can imagine the cost in just transporting one trip of latrite from Ontotroso at the Aba Bridge na no and acquire challenge as you see I say ye benya bi ewo akire nsu ampotem ho ase de be ya ofa ye na no de ba de tosu mi nu a amana ye challenge ni say medical be kana fidie so say contractor wo side sisi na dwuma na wo ye no krata bia eni ho ana edaso the previous government ene no anye krata bia nto so nanso so onya pepa se obeba abebo ama adwuma na koso na esan santi no ama project no ho sikasem nso so no entimi enko no se de ohia no no enti aban ba ye no ye ne eye contractor no ye BKC a ekohu road minister oman hene ntotroso man hene so ene no kohu president a mpanyimfo emienu nyina no age atumu se onye adwuma no eno na ama no nkuransha anti ode eye adwuma no enti ye hwese baabi a waya duro no it's almost 95% complete ye hwese obetimi aye 5% complete no na ya wie nanka grata asem ni sikatue wombia no yetimi de atuama enti mefa kwanya we so na maka contractor ne se baabi a waduru no omanaba mu wahyemebo se na otwe ye besimu no obesan ba na wanya bibi kakra wode ba beto adwuma no so enti Stephen of Ontotro titru ane atrensia drivers monka makoma ntomo yem adwuma no ye hyemebo se ye bewie ama munyina amasum adwomo na emum se de ehon sem kan yesitie no enti na ama delay kakra bi abam na maka ne sa wie no so Kenya Ase to hwidim Piesie
metio
afi etwa mu ye hu se kofijo baba ba ye kwan no New Mountain so etua kwan no ho ka me fa afidie so na matwi kofijo badwen asi so se adwuma no ono anim se akakakra ansa na wawie efri Kenya Ase Anapua FM ekwa akosi hwidim aka wan kotu a eso de beto so asphalt se onam kwan no so fri Kenya Ase kwa uduru ba bi a hu se wagye asim and I started ema problems especially motor riders no the own sheda nyusu kwan no pain a creative problem the more afin so efri Eco Bank ho ekọ hwidim no driver for no complain se senka yetimi wie kwan no e ma aka mu a kabeboa omo ye pa because a create inconvenience the ama omo a omo free e ho ba no enim se free hwidiem do man kwanta eba Kenya Ase krum no street lights anyhow I know the ye ya said as politicians I mean DC ya said say ye de nkane a eduru ho but the kwan no Kofi Job me twe na adwen susu say onwie.
What try say obe reach out to contractor no?
I've called the regional highway engineer.
Okay.
Ama me na di ho nkomo ama ono nso a confirm say yampa wonim say markings in course na the entire markings in course no say ekwan no nkasa
ye mwie ni nyina.
Enti before I make am asem no na ma make some 1 or 2 calls bit we there ye dey adisrede fa mafidie so na ya Kofi Job Aswate any road minister Aswate say hwidiem to Kenya ase kwan no enya nwie peyo awo say yetimi ema ne wie peyo na officially kura no enka beboa enka ye bia no ema obi ahu say afei de contractor no awie because timamufo no eka ho asempa nti ye be contractor Kofi Job say Kenya ase to hwidiem kwan no de aka no omeye emfiri ho na ye nyina no yenya asumdie ewo empatamo ho.
Okay, me take a brief comment President John Dramani Mahama UN General Assembly awokoye na akwakwa kasa amanfo say o kasa boldly say an African leader e be cry say I'd say it reminded them of Kwame Nkrumah because it's been a long time an African leader be to me akasa. Professor Ajimaidua former UN senior government advisor Professor Bafo Ajimaidua or say what described President John Mahama's speech at the United Nations as the boldest from an African leader in a very long time. What to me monitor the speech no?
Ma heard some of the excerpts.
Okay.
Ma kind
Okasai about
yes.
Okasai about how abrofo financial institutions no treaty African economies no na abrofo no so omo immigration policies are I to say a threaten Africa for near there kasa okanema bebre ho asem in a nutshell no or person or say Africa the future and for that matter no no kwan say ye hu yen say yen no che say ye hia for na Africa wa dro ye
Piesie Obia was study on say President John Dramani Mahama or ye historian.
Oh yeah.
Ana ne papa a free CPP background. Enti Kwame Nkrumah su ewo ne papa mu ano de awo Ewura John Dramani Mahama. So the ideas of Kwame Nkrumah no me free say
wow for honorable no jaiwa no TV so nipa no wow no TV so na wo friend
me free say
obey na afa
me free say Kwame Nkrumah esu ana the reincarnated Kwame Nkrumah na yehunu Ghana akonya so sesi ha no on say so hwa Africa per se abrofo no sheda efa Africa eto table so ena omo twitwa ne said omo che pizza no
slave trade the dienya
there's a convention omo kotena I think is it the Berlin Convention omo koche the scramble for Africa enti abrofo na nkasa hu say ye ni hwe nemum ye beye ya I was say ye depending on these people and this land abrofo no pese omo ho no omo be kunti no e na omo nyina kohia ye okay Africa ni
me mafa
ye chim wo fa aha UK for and British yeso ye be fa ha Belgium ese mosomon fa ha enti obi a was study you know unim say Dr. Congo Belgium for na edisu Leopold
okay
so wo hwe na wo hwe history atrocities ana say awudie ayakayaka de a ekoso ewo Congo yenka ho asem yentwro but Hitler ono ekun abrofo bi no ana so ye bibi ma aniti abrofo bi no ye ka say Hitler na ye nipa boni ni ba se wo ba Africa obi a na efre no Leopold ono na ewo Congo Belgium ebe develop nyina no mo resources o mo fa free Congo de na odi Congo so na efre no Leopold enipa okumu wo Congo no na mo do so chen enipa Adolf Hitler ekumu ye ba on say no de yenka because o mo hu say Africans sabi ya mo okunya
enko bia
enti the scramble for Africa no eno na ama ena UK ni US ni Europe ni nyina omo a develop and still even after independence omo afa kwan bi so a omo air fire resources no without inflicting pains eno na John Dramani Mahama twen omo agency so se enya na anu ya Burkina President Ibrahim Traoré lewe beka se Ibrahim Traoré enya na anu ya o take bold steps ne natural resources no Burkina for the anti omonfa enye benefit Burkina for nanka France and the French omumu na determine kwan a Burkina resources omonfa so nyisu even Burkina sika kra no na omo de to France for account na France for na san de abo omo bosia enti President Dramani Mahama asem okoka no I think say a bell a ringe wa African leadership nyina say resources no ye dia I was say ye use ema eboa Africans and not subject ourselves to the determinants or the directives of foreign investment and our foreign banks. Media speech ni we no with regards to immigrants and the kwan omofa so treat even Africans. And I'm busa me say no crese heaven wo. Ye nyina agitum say heaven wo. Ba wonim say obekọ heaven a ya say yan kan Bible. Na ye ni enhyehyeye wo Bible no so. Na ye wu a ye bekọ heaven. But ye hwe abrofo ya omode Bible yi ba Africa. Ebe translate ye kasa no into English ne de keka hu. Before obinya kwan akwa America no. Hwe visa ho sensem. Bra awo bre. Ansa no wanya America ko. And so ye nti asemu ye say heaven ye de chance asase so. Na de na heaven ye de chance asase so. Na ye no ye be kan book aye papa etu anamon ye de akọ heaven. Na wo kwa America almost subject to that difficulties. And you know, the time is now, said the John Dramani Mahama, the resources of Africans has to be used to benefit Africans.
That's right.
IMF, I am a say, Brunini te abruchiri. Na ya the gold nako, ya the kwa nipa mi unibi to also Ghana for nom the gold na ba monko print papers ni bi mo nom fanko. Money is paper. Sika eye paper no mo print. Ye di sika nso ye print no ha. Obi na e print. Enti ye tu e form agudie no na de kwa ono gi gold no akọ print paper na de aba. We don't add value to it. Ye nya ni bibia. Enti this is a wake up call for all Africans. And so we other portals so who say John Dramani Mahama president ni speech na o ma ye no across the globe. And on it they attracting attention power from world leaders.
Yes, of course, because if you speak truth to power, obviously Brunino cry obeseki obi o she no cannot credit wa kasa. You appreciate that, yes, maybe a nipa we masisi na che.
Enti sebi so hwe akamam kra. Obi eba na oba be ye wasase ho adwuma. Woni ne ye nhyehyɛ eduru mre bi a ese efre no yem yenche. Adwuma na wa ye ne duru mre bi a ye chem. Na enipa na no ye wako na wo hwesuni no wanya part of wo japade ni bi no no so ayeden didi so but ye hu se sa na abrofo no de ye enka de mo ye ya ba be duru sa mre de ko se mo kaso Africans sisi ade ba bi aduru no ye nya yo mo pem omo but they don't want that omo yusu ekwan bi so indirectly momeje bosian koyewe ne de ayinsi ho enti you can see say bosian Africans ekoje no enye principal no ne etua o eye interest no ne etua sika no nsi ho no repayment of interest eno na etua and the principal na nkasa de to abrofo no eye omo madaachi sika tisisi e no omo ho no or the scanema wa utu interest no no de develop it. But the principle na kana sikabutre na nkasa a obetua no some years to come no ne generation there. So they are still ruling us indirectly. And me free say it's a wake up call. Resources no, once we are independent, the resources should also be independent. Also your control there as a sovereign country. Minim say yebenya akade ede atake over and I say aye the abrofo no aya na yentimi nyenti omo ba be no e be take time, but it start from somewhere.
Yeah, somebody definitely has to bail the cat.
Yes. And me there me free say your mining companies were ha. All the mining companies should be directed say mama from now to a 2027 or see a refinery. At least good mining companies in Yamon come home na mumie one refinery Ghana. Say manganese and two I had the privilege of going to Isuta. Manganese besi ne omutua omudini nyina ekwa China
anwiano
and they have to be given some period say in free summary equity summary no I was say establish a refinery for manganese. We are creating employment for the youth and building the Ghanaian economy as well. And Bosnia Bonne de yenya enru level bi a yem kase yen kobo Bosnia no ye bebo, but ye bono it has to be used for to a productive venture. Ebema ochina aye self financing na yen san kobo. Say kobo Bosnia de bedidi adabi ye bebo Bosnia, but ye bebo Bosnia e de ye factories ne nema ebebo ama oman no. Enti me bo John Dramani Mahama Baso was the bold step in telling the world leaders
the hard truth. African Union's representative for silencing the guns, Dr. Mohammed Ibn Chambers, was it Mohammed's speech ticked all the boxes.
And every aspect be now person a touchy be no.
It was all around.
Yes.
Who said John Mahama governance no be boama Ghana taking decisions be make it quite independent?
I believe so, and I trust in the leadership of John Dramani Mahama. I would say a typical example is the establishment of the gold board. And now no who say at least your gold industry now your gold sector now say your gold no see no enye easy so obi be fa e dey free of mine just like that. And it is raking in massive resources for the country. And some of the decisions be so hard. Caneno, you say, you quote China, Sino hydro deal, Yakwine, and they are kicking. They say, Obi free abontain or Timia Babe. But look at how John Mahama is going to finance and now is financing the road infrastructure in Ghana. Abraham ko outside enko bobosia.
Sa big push. Most kasem to say.
Unim. John Mahama has set a precedent. Na obia na nwe ho say we could manage Ghana with just 60 ministers. And we are managing it effectively. I cannot talk about the efficiency because there's a difference between effectiveness and efficiency. I think efficiency deals with using resources, limited resources to achieve optimum
results.
Effectiveness, they talk about effort. Effort. So if you see the effectiveness, you can see say all the ministers are putting in the needed effort to make sure that the government succeed. As for the efficiency, definitely you are not going to get 100% efficiency.
But you could see say it is heading in the
right direction.
The right direction.
Asevu or minor precious resources because Kanena na by be 126 ministers here, Juman, and then it is short of 66. And Kanya say Obe provide official vehicular, one Land Cruiser ASN. multiply by 66 ministers. And no abeye Ghana mfa so a
onya
ensuo bi a asɛe wɔ mpeso abi so no yɛtumi de kɔyɛ.
Okay.
Anya hwee no akwan bi a aban no pɛ so ɔyɛ no the cost of 66 land cruisers bituma not less than 10-kilometer road.
How does that make you see the MPP, the government now free so?
We Adoma Ebo Ghana Nibia, especially the youth say the MPP is not a party. Yes, a more opportunities or more bank governance beam.
But you know that is not possible.
It is possible, but more slogan. It is possible. It is possible because Ghana is heading towards the right direction under few ministers and a competent leader. Enti deɛ ɛkɔm ɛgyaa ne ɔme ɛkɔm na ɛde Ghana for no ɛho aduane na John Dramani Mahama president ɔde ɛden ɔde ba mete satellite Kwanza state amasaman kɔna kɔhwɛ kwan no deɛ we are AC Fasoko. Now we
and then they over traffic ancho.
Since then be drew her better 30 minutes before time. What I say? Ahon hurry aba. Sabi sika me share butum kra. Se wo ye bibia. Merese kaneno.
I see.
Merese kaneno.
Bagana for so ho ahom ti o. No more on a body Akufo-Addo so the first time yana nana free SHS nana one district one factory but we the way almost PMPP for free power no say e nipa na yasum that Africa wanu nyina twitwi.
You see, Ghanaians now vote on issues. And Tisamre no they knew say enema bia nana do person de ba no ebeboa. And now, when an enemy say, what I say, what district the factory beba ho. When an enemy say, Afibia say equivalent of $1 million. Yeah, the back constituency you have Mamodi I am put to Juma. Why not a tear same way? Enti Matia say, Obe Breme factory. Nama to Abanama. Nay be we actually no factory nama. Dam non so. And also so ama. The mwanya so amaji hu sika palugu na okoka kire Cape Coast for say we see airport now be now ka say well you see enti now Ghanaians vote pattern no enti say kane na e ka say me benra unim say mu show yi ene o chena shows bi nti na mempanyimfo eye say na memra ti enra na me free constituency be dru ha
okay
Ukokrufo marketer ko he de ekoso wo under the leadership of Amwakohene.
DNA Koso.
Krofo Market.
Renovation now more.
Over 8 years abandoned projects.
Sentina Mekase.
But nekona kohe.
Now no vice president ko.
Enti yesi seeing
is believing.
But yenya regional minister bi wa Ashanti region. Ojina abronsan so na ototo ne nsama ne adwadifo ne se omo de omo hawo abeto nanim. Eno onam kwan so na omo hata koku lorry kwam no eno wo chechi omo. Inya regional minister wa Ashanti region u busa ne 3 projects wa se bra me office in che ho. E ho no obenya answer ama. But this is a government here. If you don't deliver unim appointee say wo Mahama government yi mu nyina no obia ani da ho because the least mistake obey no obeko akwakotena fi
chief of staff or say
the only time you are equally competent people bitima ye adwuma na wanya opportunity so it's an opportunity
to serve
and every minister wanya kwanya or John Dramani Mahama government we mu it's an opportunity for you not a privilege and I say it's a privilege not a right.
Yes, and
it is not a right to be a minister. It is a privilege.
Yep.
So it's an opportunity for you to indicate say ampa sa confidence na president I repose wo mu no ungu n'anim ase
nti over justify your inclusion
by
say mo galamsey na mo de 2 MPP aban free so by no anso na de mo bekofi
efa de ho
MPP for na mutu o mo na mo ase galamsey no eno na de mo bekofi because the way na see ko one video bi na say Kwame Atubi na ya bona aboni naked say yes ni nyina galamsey ntokwa ya o mo kun e wo site ho e na obi a kire ne krache power
onim
ukọ galamsey site a small boys say kurekure tuo eye hu a hu mviriu
in the fight against
a police for to me koko chia galamsey for na a police for patch because nipa no die duro nti we ne hwe enye ye nti wampa na che wo no betuma shutu aku
anye nipa na duro a wadi nti na police ne patch sa video na wo ka no me so me hwe bi if you listen to the content in the video nipa ne ka say police for na ba ho abaye den abeje de so omoje ede no omokoje. But you see, the fight against galamsey, sa di me gina ba bia me kind me nsuro se me kan so. I would not call it galamsey. And at the okay, you know, the difference between Newmont adwuma oye ene emrantie bi a omo so akwahye ba bi omo ye adwuma, the difference document Newmont ewo krata so heden otu emrantie no eni krata wo so omutu. That is the difference.
But Tomo saying you Newmont for say munju
meba ho enti before enipa no ebeje krata say okwa akutu no ye kire ne se onye we mane nye we anu ti na Ewura John Dramani Mahama won say what the krata ba o invite CSOs on the 3rd of October ya obia amra na ekon no yanku together yan kire kwan a ye fa so yes enti the difference between illegal mining and legal mining documentation. Since I heard the processor NDC government under the leadership of John Dramani Mahama ede concern tokoya. Now we have an officer say community mining proper one koso. Now we have declared water bodies and forest reserves as what? Security zones.
But people are still there.
And to yet declare
how to police for crash sometimes into me in face yomo.
And to yet declare no. Meaning say after the engagement President Ebeano, baby I declare security zone be and will be taken over by the security.
Okay.
Now illegal and legal. I was say me constituency I may say Newmont cannot employ all the youth. But the youth must survive. However, the survival of the youth shouldn't affect our natural resources
in the way
now. Menemo ka say ebia me bie ho kakra Newmont aye extensive engagement. Ye ba ye ni Newmont adi nkomo pa dura chira.
Okay.
I can assure the people of Asutifi North, especially the youth, say the plea with Newmont, the engagement with Newmont to allocate a site for them to work on Newmont Ajiatum. The archive say regulations are one. I was seeing in Ajitum say Chiramo say Hana Munko Yajumana a hon share no mobile.
Okay. It's Newmont ABCD part of its concession.
Exactly.
To the community.
Exactly. Under a regulated terms.
Under a regulated terms. Okay.
And to Mabunu no one come but
that's how it should be done. Oh.
That is it. Because the resources belongs to us. Now, Newmont is 100% owned by the Americans. And Ghana then.
I didn't say Ghana ni into me and only be Ghana ni into me nya shares home.
It is a subject of discussion. Some of us, you better the NT and I say we are going to advocate for Ghana to get a percentage share in the ownership of Newmont. If only we can bear the financial, because minim say oko manganese in Suta manganese firm na wo no. China has 90% and Ghana has 10%.
And no cry, sir.
Fine, at least there's some kind of ownership. I abide the then ewo. Enti sebroni no ba constituency wa na say your district abefa ajapade ni nyina akọ. Na se mabunu no
enye adwuma na ye bo amanfo tuo ni ade. It's worrying.
It's worrying. Enti yegusu a yetu ehwa na mo. Na the fight against galamsey no in one of engagement with the Lands and Natural Resource Minister Piesie Okrah, I made this because I had the opportunity to talk as a MP of free mining constituency.
Yeah.
My suggestion say it should be a bottom-up approach instead of top-down approach. Say a tenan crime. Near kase security ni yensa, bibia yensa nti ye the force and I say ye is a authority at the akopamo galamsey for we will fail.
Hey,
I'm telling you the fact. However, you started the process from the button because the ono te assassin so ya galamsey no. And I say o share amnen mo ya galamsey no. Menya so always car or the kwakoto excavator.
Dabi.
Enti the actual people financing the galamsey Bibrate crime and I bibrate krum.
Yeah.
Enti se wo engage enipa na ono sha amena numu a not in a force say ye the police for okopamo omo ye the way soldier for okochi omo ekochichi omo machines no ye engage nipa na ono sha amena numu because oko na bi a day ne chop money 50 cedis.
Ebiji more than that.
Yan fan no oko galamsey site omo ko amena ko a day bi chop money a day 50 cedis.
Yes sir.
Enti wo engage sa nipa no obemu hu se amena we ye nipa asomasi amena we na disika bama ye dididi we na yetu a ye de koma no ahana aya yam ahana ye ton good no then we engage all these people they o chef form ho they yetu ye de koma no they wasi machine okay baby amu no mo amunim se ensu eda hai eno na mo so mokofi amokonom modwuma no so eno na modidi ho akwan ba na yemfa so a modwuma no bekoso nanso yense ensu they will give you practical solution.
I see. It's a money ministry no aka ho asem.
Ma making a suggestion like I said it in one of a conference with Piesie, and I know say authorities with the engagement of president Astati, that is how it should be. And minim say small scale miners any omo into this galamsey. Me I wouldn't call it illegal because me say illegal no and illegal no the difference is documentation. And how do we regulate the activities of the miners by recognizing them in such a way say omo su benya tumi krata omo ni tumi krata enti ana ohu soja ni a wodwane omo ni tumi krata enti ana ohu police ni a wodwane no akoto pitim no awu but say ye momo sa opportunity ne say monfa na mon muntu na mon na momaji tumi krata ope tumi krata enti no ye kire ne so sa ba bia pese okoya adwuma no emra we da ho yempe nsum yempe forest reserve yempe sei na so ogitum so obedu na o ma ne krata enye illegal biem.
Dignity the message Abraham so Piesie, do the Minerals Commission, Forestry Commission and other bodies periodically inspect the activities of large scale mining companies like Ashanti Gold and Newmont and publish their reports, or we just assume that they are doing the right thing once they have the licenses? Don't licensed drivers drive recklessly and kill people too?
Into your question, Obusa.
Minerals Commission, Forestry Commission. I'm out for the galamsey na business. I just wish, sir.
So I went to
penny for the
in as much as say you say your river bodies and your forests and Hobino. the irony is mineral resources a Ghana no bebree is found in forest reserves. The akodi nso ase de by nature ɛhɔ na nsuo no so ɛda nti nsuo no so na yɛnom ɛde yɛ bibia but so offer forest reserve na menye research bi ade but metimi aka say most of our mineral resources are deposited in places that are designated as forest reserve. Minim de say bia abrofo no ebe colonize Ghana, Africa and as Ghana no. They saw say those forest areas had those reserves. And because they have the technology and resources to extract in it, they did that plan to say the omukoko adachibi ombeba so ombe exploration wo. Then you give them the license and the permit to do that.
Nti galamsey konwe eto betwa. Ebeyeye.
Ensuo say eto betwa ana to betimetwa. But the aspect of galamsey say ye tu a former goodie. Ye betimi atu ne papam.
Okay.
Enti ebekoso. Nemum the aspect of destruction of forest and river bodies eto betwa. However, regulated mining, community mining, responsible mining, ebema the issue of say ye tu ni din galamsey and I say galamsey me panyi bi ka say teteno omo say gather and sell. And ya galamsey on say first mimi krum jedu ensuo to na de chia onam edan ya chisi ababia ensuo no twifa no na wo sesa gold ho.
Yeah.
Nti ese omo boabo ano omo akoton gather and sell ne dan galamsey.
Ana omo bropholize no ye galamsey no.
Nti there is nothing like galamsey. Large scale mining and small scale mining and legal mining and illegal mining. The difference is documentation.
All right. Obisi mimbisa say anti Bawumia 12 million palugu dam sika no ntimu diama na di. Na we asan ba be president agumu so.
Anti na me kan and say it is possible say Ghana for Emma the MPP as a political party Emma the corridors of power beam because of examples here I am say obi a oka so obey say na yetua hu ska na onye and I think say the relevant authorities and na eti hu a me amete ha de mintimi enka bibia emfa sa because I know say empanyifo eye ehun adwuma.
Okay. Honorable Ebenezer Kwekwado medase sanope obeka me ho. A member of parliament at the Sutifi North Parliament committee so also a youth and sports or a member na for petitions and also or a committee member and so ewo ho. Ale obi bikabium.
Me a committee member for youth and sports on say Ghana has set world record. Me bo UDS team na baso.
Oh, okay.
FISO tournament omakucha Brazil University Baku Aje Cup no ombo no China and I think so after say Ghana winning 2009 under 20 no yeah share that any world tournament be a cup be
okay
that be na any MSS Africa Cup your corner your duru be near but we there UDS for no omati Ghana nim at the world stage at university level
and munye bibi mo
abaso
munye bibi mo say mo na mo wa ban mo me say kanonya me boa ye be jackpot no on Friday a star 274 hash MTN and Telecel users and am obetumi I can't sa draw we ho wo sika wo omomo account no ma now you so MTN and Telecel be ka ho bis Friday at 16,000 Ghana cedis Uber dial star 274 hash. Now I select option 2 no, which is power jackpot. Now enter number of tickets I opese oko. Tickets back be a 10. Into we enter 2 eshema ebe 20 cedis. We enter 3 30 cedis. And on beto no chese what 3 tickets. The more now we try tickets na gumuno. Na o number no more ewo mo. Seni ebe ya wo so wo betumi anya sika eti dial star 274 hash se CA star 274 hash na choose power jackpot na yɛbɛte wo 10 series ɛde free omomo no mepacha omomo no sɛ wambɔ wo pin na yɛntumi nte saa sika no nti ɛnyɛ sɛ we NLA characters platform no na saa game we ɛwɔ so awɔ no mo draw no Friday 16,000 Ghana cedis yɛde check kan hunu sɛ undi 18 years I want to mean this agro we be agbozo herbal clinic doctor agbozo ɛsi anɔpɛ me kan kyerɛ sɛ premature ejaculation obetumi aba ɛno akyi STDs ɛna afei candidiasis ne ne ɛkeka ka ho yɛwɔ kwahyeman nto yɛ ɔba ahemfi hɔ problem wɔ hɔ a kwahyeman yɛbɛ ahemfi na afrɛ na gyinkyerɛmu bi ɛkyɛ me deɛ 0241 750282 0241750282 abusuafo yɛde dwumadie na si Emmanuel Usu na hyehyɛ maame meda mo nyinaa sɛ motena fie hwɛ mo amode messages ba da mo ase ne kan yɛ ne ne ntuma kan nyinaa wɔkyena aluta continua yɛbɛsan tena sɛ Prince K meda sɛ edi ɛwɔ ha na fe Ralph ne team no so MCR camera crew yɛda sɛ Ella ɛna konyo Vigo Amos ɛna Emmanuel Usu Obrempon medase Nyankopɔn yɛ adom a ɔkyena adom yɛ a yɛbɛsan aba betena se na ɔsom adwuma no yɛsan aba betoa so Ghana bɛyɛ yie ɛbɛfa have a nice day.